In the last episode, Alex obtained some blaze rods, which are useful to craft another item, the ender chest, which is a form of portable extra storage. He converts the blaze rod to blaze powder, and with an ender pearl that he purchased from a cleric, he makes an Eye of Ender. Using this and obsidian, he makes an ender chest. As long as he uses a pickaxe with silk touch, Alex can place and collect the ender chest wherever he is, whenever he needs extra inventory space. Whatever he places in the ender chest travels with him wherever he goes. Today, Alex will craft Netherite so he can upgrade his armor. He needs an ingredient in the Nether called ancient debris, and to find this, he needs large amounts of TNT. TNT is crafted from sand and gunpowder, and sand cannot be farmed, so Alex heads to a desert and collects large amounts of sand from the noob-friendly resource world. While he is here, Alex also collects some cactus, which he will use to make a small cactus farm later. Cactus can delete entities when dropped on them, can be used as a defense against mobs, and is also often used in furnace-based XP farms. Next, Alex returns to the creeper farm that he made in a previous episode so he can collect large quantities of gunpowder. With sand and gunpowder in hand, Alex crafts TNT. He will need a lot. As a general rule of thumb, a stack of TNT will yield 4 to 6 ancient debris. And as Alex will need 68 ancient debris, he will bring about 16 stacks of TNT with him to the Nether. As he will be spending a long time in the Nether, Alex needs to wear a single piece of gold armor, so piglins do not attack him when they see him. He collects his favorite enchantments from his villagers and places protection, thorns, unbreaking and mending onto the gold helmet that he has crafted. His anvil breaks in the process, so Alex replaces it. Alex equips himself with his armor, wearing a single piece of gold armor, in this case, a helmet. As he heads to the Nether portal, he meets a creeper. Not this time, creeper. Alex swiftly kills it and moves on to the portal. Once in the Nether waste biome, Alex digs down to Y level 14. He will encounter magma blocks and lava along the way, so Alex cautiously digs down diagonally until he is at the right level. From there, he makes a 2-high tunnel, staying only in the Nether waste biome. Ancient debris exists in other biomes as well. It replaces netherrack, basalt, and blackstone. But given that netherrack is the least resistant to TNT explosions, the TNT to ancient debris ratio is the most ideal in the Nether waste biome. Alex lines the tunnel he made with TNT. As he has plenty, he leaves only a 1-block airspace between each TNT, although a 2 or 3 block airspace will also work. Once he has lined the entire tunnel with TNT, Alex makes a small space for himself, so he can keep some distance from the TNT when it explodes. Next, he drinks a potion of fire resistance. He ignites the TNT with a flint and steel and backs away from the TNT. The ignition of the first TNT will create a chain reaction, and explode all the other TNT in the chain. This is not always the case, and Alex can always go to where the chain failed and ignite the TNT there. TNT is an ideal method to open up the Nether because every block will break, with the exception of ancient debris, which will remain exposed to the player when an area is cleared. Ancient debris is resistant to explosions, which is a useful property in making machines that use explosions to farm or clear space. Ancient debris is also resistant to lava and will not be lost if dropped in it. When made into netherite and applied onto weapons, tools, and armor, the lava-proof characteristic of ancient debris is passed on to these items as well, and they will not be lost when dropped in lava. On the noob-friendly server, there is also a resource world for the Nether, which regularly resets so players will never run out of the Nether waste biome to explode and collect ancient debris. Alex has found ancient debris, which is a rusty brown-colored block with a scaly texture on the sides and a spiral texture on the top and bottom of the block. He takes a moment to thank the Minecraft gods for his first ancient debris and carefully collects it. Ancient debris can form in clusters, up to a maximum of 3. So Alex always looks around nearby blocks, just in case there is more debris nearby. Alex will continue to tunnel, place explosives, and search for ancient debris until he has obtained the 68 that he needs. Next, Alex must go to a bastion remnant with a treasure room in it, where there is a 100% guarantee of obtaining a smithing template. The bastion with a treasure room is very distinctive. With its lava canals and square treasure room, Alex searches on the Nether roof using Zero's world map until he finds one, takes note of the coordinates of the center of the treasure room, multiplies the X and Z coordinates by 8, and heads to those coordinates in the overworld. It's not bad. He arrives in the center of the treasure room, although at a higher Y level than Alex hoped for. Hiding behind the portal, Alex immediately breaks blocks from one side, so piglin brutes cannot reach him on that side. When piglin brutes see him, they will run to him from the other side of the portal, where they can do no harm to Alex, as they go through the portal to the overworld. When they arrive in the overworld, they will turn to harmless zombie piglins and will no longer be aggressive to the player. Once Alex has secured the area around the portal, effectively creating an isolated island around it, he then looks how he can use scaffolding to work his way down. Scaffolding has the property of behaving like sand or gravel when it is extended more than 6 blocks. Scaffolding is also fireproof, and you can drop it into lava, where it will stack. Knowing this, Alex looks for a path to the base of the treasure room at the lava level and slowly works his way down, using lava to kill the piglin brutes from a distance. He always isolates the base of the scaffolding so no piglins can reach him and ensures there is a 2-block airspace between the scaffolding and any part of the bastion remnant. Eventually, he reaches the pathway just above the lava floor and isolates the area around the scaffolding. At this point, the piglins are no longer a danger to him, and Alex's attention shifts to the magma. He breaks the spawner. While it is a shame, the magma farm Alex has already built is much better than the spawner. He then proceeds to use his bow and arrow to kill all the large magma blocks to their smallest form, where they can do only limited damage to Alex. Once there are no large magma remaining, Alex heads down to the two chests. There he finds the very valuable smithing template, which he will duplicate and then use for each of his netherite upgrades. Although Alex didn't take it, the gold blocks are a valuable resource and worth taking as well, but care must be taken to not fall into the lava. Often the base of the treasure room is made of black stone walls, making it easier to fall in and not be able to get out of the lava. Gold can also be obtained in the normal overworld, so it's not a problem when it is left behind. For the making of netherite, however, you will need 68 gold ingots, so taking 8 gold blocks would be sufficient to make the 17 needed netherite. There is one more thing Alex would like. He would like an armor trim. There are 18 trims to collect in the game, but Alex's favorite is the rib trim, which can be found in chests in fortresses. Alex recalls seeing a chest when he was looking for blaze rods and netherwort in the previous episode, and returns to the fortress to examine the contents of the chest. In the chest, Alex finds horse armor, a saddle, gold, and to his good fortune, a rib armor trim template. Alex now has all the items he needs. There is a complete list of needed materials displayed here. Alex splits the 68 ancient debris between his 8 furnaces and smelts the debris into netherite scrap. While he waits for the scrap, he then proceeds to duplicate the 2 templates that he has collected. He always keeps one spare for future use and crafts an additional 4 rib armor trim templates and 13 smithing templates. Duplication requires netherrack for these 2 templates, as well as diamonds. Almost 2 stacks of diamonds in total. Once the templates are duplicated, Alex collects the netherite scrap from the furnace. He crafts the netherite, using the gold he collected earlier in the overworld when mining for the diamonds. Finally, he takes his 17 netherite and proceeds to the smithing table. There he applies the smithing template and netherite to each piece of armor, his sword, and all 8 tools. Finally, as a flex, Alex applies the netherite and the rib armor trim template to his armor. While other colors are possible, the netherite makes a black design on his armor. Success! Alex now has stronger and more durable equipment, the best that can be obtained in the game. Join Alex at Noob Friendly and upgrade your armor to netherite and apply your own unique trim and colors to your armor.